All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Quick Hits live training themed around the holidays, of course, and Q4 2020. So based on yesterday's Quick Hits newsletter, we have 5 sections to go through today, starting with election, and then CMG, sports, entertainment, and then we'll wrap with ad innovation. So each section will have an overview slide that will share FAQs and major opportunities for Q4 for that BU. And then we'll go into a couple one sheets for each section. So before we get started, just wanted to call out that we have brand new property one sheets from the legacy CBSI side. Here's just a sampling. The top is entertainment, and then we have sports, as well as news and CMG. This is just designed in the new Viacom CBS United branding. And the information is pulled from the Digital Sales 101 internal resource guide, which can always be found at the bottom of Quick Hits in the footer. So feel free to use these and share these with clients and let us know if you have any questions on these. Okay, so to start us off, we'll kick off with election. So I'll pass it over to Anna Lee.
Great, thank you, Natalie. So as everyone knows, the presidential election is 28 days away, so you still have time to buy time-targeted video, not just for 1 or 2 high-impact days. With a lot of the complications that's being predicted with this election, the coverage should be really expected to be a full blown-out week. So definitely, please keep in mind that we have flexible pricing during that election week. And if you take a look at the picture on the right, you guys know that this is the first presidential debate that happened last Tuesday. And I'm not going to go into the content of what that debate was because there's not enough time. So I'm just going to talk about the stats around it. As you see here with our second thing to know, it was 4 times the average viewership. So it was quite the massive spike that day, and engagement was just through the roof. People really stayed in and tuned and watched a lot of it. And then with our third thing to know, it was CBS's #1 day on Instagram this month. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is to remind you guys that not only can you buy time-targeted video, but you can really also hone in on selling custom segments that come with social and homepage takeovers. And just a fun fact, I know we've been speaking of social, we've been presenting the election as news is Super Bowl, but just to give you some context, it really is like our Super Bowl because the debate as a whole on social got twice as much engagement than the Super Bowl last year. So really, people are tuning in because it's a moment in history, but this is news's biggest tentpole event. And I'm going to kick it off to Chelsea to talk about The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Thank you, Anna. All righty. So another thing to know around the elections is that The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is going to be going live following the remaining VP debate on October 7th and the second and third presidential debates on October 15th and October 22nd. I'll dive into a little bit more the package that we created around these, but for now I'm going to pass it on to Andrew to cover the last thing to know.
Hi everyone. So I just quickly, I think we've talked a lot about with Trevor, but I think most importantly that the coverage of his first debate was the #1 most engaging day for him on social. And we're going to talk about election packages down the road, but I do want to mention, like, Trevor's biggest day ever was the beginning of quarantine. And then his biggest day ever was interviews with Dr. Fauci. And then his biggest day ever was how he treated Black Lives Matter. And now it's the debate. So he just continues to establish himself as one of the most important voices in today's culture. And the opportunity to bridge Daily Show with these other really iconic and important CBS opportunities is really, I think, valuable to us across the board.
And I'm just going to quickly go over 3 of the new slides that were in this week's Quick Hits. The first slide you can see here, Election 2020. This is to be used as a general overview of the various opportunities that are available across the Viacom CBS portfolio. And if you go to the next slide, this is a slide that really outlines what you can get on CBSN. And as you see here in the picture, we have red and blue coverage. It's our political news show at 5 p.m. And so these, again, are the examples of custom segments that one can buy into. And our final slide, it is the coverage around the first presidential debate. I just outlined a few of the stats there, but as you see, these numbers speak for themselves in terms of engagement. I think that would be the key word across all 4 pillars, that 4 times our viewers tuned in. They spent, geez, I mean, I think the debate was an hour and a half and they spent 60 minutes watching it. And as you guys know, it wasn't the easiest stuff to digest. So they're really engaged, and they're engaging on social, and they're commenting. So please feel free to use this slide as a great hook to re-engage with your clients.
Awesome. So I'm just going to go into the Late Show is Going Live social only package that we're introducing. As I mentioned, it's surrounding the remaining debates. I know Anna already mentioned that the election is about a month away, and this opportunity is especially unique because Stephen is known in the late night sphere as being one of the most politically insightful comedians, and a lot of people look to his reactions in real time. If you look at Stephen's monologue from last week's debate, it currently has over 5 million views on YouTube. So this is great for advertisers who are interested in reaching these audiences that are sure to be following his live coverage. As you can see, the package is $75K, and the flight is set for October 7th to October 22nd. I mentioned before, this aligns with the remaining debates that are scheduled. Additionally, we did want to mention there is an opportunity for a linear TV connection that would be crafted on a case-by-case basis. So if you guys are interested in this, please just reach out to us and we'll be happy to work with you.
Yeah, thank you, Chelsea. And with Trevor, again, just having his moment, but I think what's really valuable, again, is to look at it as the umbrella of Viacom and CBS. And so Trevor's the #1 late night franchise on social platforms, but he happens to not be the #1 on YouTube. But we know Stephen does so well on YouTube. And then all of them collectively do really well on OTT and digital video. So we do look at this as a 4-week flight as well. And the opportunity to really lead with digital video because he's so strong in that place. But we have Snapchat opportunities. He's in the 90th percentile of view length. So the majority of their fans are watching almost the entire Snapchat show. We have podcasts available as well. And those 3 pillars alone, between video, podcast, and Snapchat, media first opportunities, and a great way to round out these programs. And again, convergence is really another opportunity to add to these programs. MTV News, it goes back to just this great brand when it comes to elections. The #1 goal for MTV News is really to inspire and encourage registration and voting. And we have a need to know franchise. It's produced straight to camera with talent that really resonates to this election audience of young millennials, Gen Z, trying to get first-time registrators, trying to get first-time voting. And they've done everything from just talking about the history of voting, the history of different laws that allowed more people voting. Some of the stories have ranged from Frederick Douglass to Martin Luther King. Really powerful content, powerful on every screen. What's really important here, though, again, is the digital video aspect and different sponsorships. There are rules on most platforms about advertising and quote unquote boosting political content around election time. So anyone who comes and sponsors, it'll be video first, the opportunity on YouTube, and we can do organic sponsorship on social, but there will not be a guarantee on social platforms just because of all the different platform parameters and guidelines.
Okay, great. All right, thank you, Anna, Chelsea, and Andy. Great cross-network opportunities here from the legacy CBS and Viacom brands to cover election. So please reach out to those presenters with any questions. All right, next up is CMG. It's over to Dorji.
Thanks, Natalie. Hey, everyone. So CMG Q4 is off to a strong start with multiple advertisers like Microsoft, HP, and Arlo booking their holiday gift guides already. So with that, Michelle and I wanted to share a few key points to remember so you can start the conversation with your clients and get them in for holiday. So starting with number 1, CNET is the destination for qualified audiences, and CNET has the power to drive shoppers to purchase during key moments like holiday and Prime Day. In fact, in 2019, Prime Day, we had the #1 conversion rate among referral sites, proving our power to turn browsers into buyers. So second point, this season, advertisers can reach these key audiences at scale across our topical gift guides. So we have gifting solutions across topics that our audiences care about, including tech, health and beauty, video games, and fitness. So our topical gift guides and our persona-based gift guides that you guys know about are great solutions for tech and non-endemic brands as well. So the third point, last week we released the Holiday Thriving Guide in Quick Hits, and we did have a couple questions from you sellers, so wanting to share the answers in case you guys had the same questions, starting with the budget. So this budget starts at $350K, but if your advertiser has anything smaller, we can definitely have that conversation and see what we can do. And in terms of content and scale, this is one of the largest persona-based packages that we have. Our edit team is super excited about this feature, and they're already curating stories that our users care about, which is, how to thrive during the holidays, including how to stay connected with loved ones, how to throw a great virtual party, how to, stay fit and healthy, and more. So if you have any questions about this feature or any of the other bullets, please reach out. And now I'm going to kick it off to Michelle to share the last 2 points.
Thanks, Georgie. So our holiday opportunity is bigger and better this year for GameSpot. So what we've done is we've combined our coverage of holiday deals with our wide range of gift guides across entertainment and gaming. So what this means is a broader audience being reached and enabling brands to surround a much larger variety of content in just one sponsorship opportunity. So we'll be covering deals related to major franchises, including Star Wars and Marvel, and also things like best gifts for the next generation of consoles coming up, and best board games for when winter hits and indoor entertainment becomes even more crucial. So for more information, we have a deck, check it out on DocSend, and we still have some sponsorship slots available. And the flighting is super flexible, so we can squeeze you in no matter the flight dates. And then our fifth and final point is that we want to highlight is the biggest launch in the gaming industry is almost here, 35 days away to be exact. So we have Xbox Series X launching on November 10th and PS5 launching on November 12th. So our editors have been covering every detail they've discovered about the consoles thus far and chatting weekly during our Generation Next show on all the news leading up to launch, and are so ready to celebrate with our fans about the releases the week of November 9th through the 13th. So this sponsorship is to exclusively own our launch week streams, and I'll get into more details in a few minutes when we review the slide, but for now I'll pass it back to Georgie to dive a bit more into the Fitness Maven gift guide.
Thanks, Michelle. So with the increased number of Americans sheltering in place, the number of at-home workouts have increased, and it looks like this is here to stay. In fact, 9 in 10 Americans who exercise regularly say that they're going to continue to do so even after their gym opens. So this means that this year, these people are going to want the best gifts for their at-home workouts. So here our editors are going to highlight different gifts across workouts like CrossFit, runners, and people who are just trying to eat healthy. So this is a great solution for those, again, non-endemic brands and of course our tech brands as well. This opportunity is exclusive starting at 100K, but like all of our gift guides, this is scalable, and the flight is November 2nd to the 15th. So back to you, Michelle.
Cool. All right. So what is GameSpot doing to celebrate launch week? What we're going to be doing is we're going to have GameSpot editors hosting 3-hour daily live streams from 12 to 3 Pacific time with our industry friends and big gaming personalities. So these streams will take place on every GameSpot channel we have and be broadcasted also on Pluto TV. So what you should expect is exciting discussions while talent unboxes the consoles on launch day, tons of gameplay with brand new titles showcasing all the best features the new hardware has to offer. And we'll even be bringing in fans who have the console on launch day to play with some of their favorite GameSpot personalities. So as I said, an exclusive sponsorship is available to surround this launch week event. Materials, including the media plan and one sheet, are on DocSend. So if you have any questions or we didn't cover something in this session, reach out to Michael Plesha and I if you have any additional questions on it. And I'll pass it back to you now, Natalie.
All right, thank you. Great. Thanks, Georgie and Michelle, for that. Good stuff happening for CNET and GameSpot in Q4. All right, up next is sports. Over to you, Matt.
All right, thanks, Natalie. Yeah, so first up, NFL, our bread and butter, Super Bowl year for us on the sports side. Tons of opportunity for NFL Live. We'll get into it a little bit more in depth in a second here, but want to note that it's our top opportunity to focus on. We're up across all of our key metrics with uniques, streams, time spent, AMA. So good selling points that we share around on a weekly basis with the sales teams. SEC Live, number 2 on here. Again, there's ample inventory from a live streaming perspective as well. But to really highlight, we have 2 presenting sponsorship positions available. So right now we have Buick, Sonic, and Dr. Pepper as 3 categories that are off limits. But there's still room to add in presenting sponsors for our SEC Live streaming experience. So that's another big one for Q4. UEFA, we are back on October 20th. So we're super excited about this. I think for those of you that have paid attention to our launch with our partnership with UEFA in live streaming of all of our Champions League and Europa League games back in August, we officially start the next season this month. October 20th will be the first series of Champions League games and then Europa League games as well. All in for Q4, there's 240 live streaming games across the board. So there's a lot of opportunity to take advantage of that. We released in the Quick Hits our new and refreshed sales deck with new additional opportunities across the board. We're having conversations with official sponsors as we speak. So again, we're super excited about this. It's a 4-year partnership. We're in year 1. We're just in our infancy, and there's a lot of great opportunity with UEFA Soccer. Number 4 in here, so going to get a little bit more in depth on this, but we've got Q4 for sports is just huge. We're officially back, we could say. So there's ample opportunity. There's 30 plus big event / game days where we have either homepage takeovers or first impression takeovers available. I think the big thing to note here is working with Blake and Lee and Brian Rocco as our sports COE leads in our yield team, that there's special deals out there for buy one, get one free takeovers. Restrictions apply, just like any deal does. But we do want to call that out, that there are some special deals we're offering up to keep these moving and sold through for Q4. And lastly, we launched last week our first athlete-driven podcast, All Things Covered. NFL focused with 8-time Pro Bowler Patrick Peterson and 2-time Super Bowl champion Bryant McFadden. So another cool opportunity includes video, audio, social. So it's another high-end premium opportunity we can offer up from a sports perspective. So just briefly, just to go through just the NFL Live, we really wanted to highlight this as our real premium op for Q4. We have nearly 200 million impressions we still need to move. This is super turnkey. Opportunities can be bought on a weekly, monthly, rest of quarter basis. And so from a live streaming perspective, it really doesn't get much better than tapping into the NFL. Again, and we're up in pretty much all the key metrics this year. Natalie, if you want to skip to the next slide, I think this just gives the overview of what we have, and feel free to reach out to us and the yield team for opportunities. But really, if you're packaging anything with sports in Q4, anything video based, NFL live streaming should be included in there. And then just from the takeover perspective, just to really hone in, we've got the NBA Finals happening right now. The World Series is coming up in a few weeks. Champions League starts in a few weeks. SEC Game of the Week and NFL Sundays are already in full gear. And then we also have the Masters happening in early November. So it's just a monster quarter. If you go to the next slide, really just as a snapshot of all the key available takeover dates. So really use this as a nice little handy guide as you're working and packaging up different deals and different pitches. This really should be a staple to any program that's centered around sports. Again, there's a lot of flexibility, and we're being really nimble with the opportunity from a pricing perspective. And so we just want to get these moved. There's a lot of great opportunity here to surround big events for sports. And this just gives, some key stats. We included this in the one sheet as well, just on the performance of our key units within the takeovers, the skybox, and just the time spent is really, a growth metric there too. So you can use this as a handy reference as you guys are pitching it out. And that's it.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for that rundown. And just a reminder, like Matt said, all of this can be found on DocSend and in the Quick Hits newsletter from yesterday. Okay, great. So up next we have entertainment. We broke these out into 2 sections. We'll start with the Viacom opportunities and then go into CBSI. So Andy, over to you.
Thanks, Natalie. And Matt, I do want to add, great to see so much Buffalo Bills in your sports slides. Really great to see.
That's Pete. He's our NFL lead, and he's a Bills fan. So, yep, you guys
all right, Pete, great.
Can talk offline.
Yep, very rare that we start off like this.
There you go.
Quickly, just to get us started, and then I'm going to pass on to Millicent to go through all the slides themselves. But like Comedy Central, I know some of these stats you've already seen, but to just give more context, Comedy Central, it is the #1 comedy brand on YouTube, which is just a testament to our equity there. And we've talked about Daily Show being #1 as well. And so going into late fourth quarter, we do have opportunities and packages around these properties that Millicent will talk about. Also, just a quick note on comedy, Funny or Die was one of our biggest competitors in an earlier era of branded programming. And I'm seeing a lot from them right now. So I just want to put this on everyone's radar, but they have custom campaigns for Wendy's with Blake, who was on Workaholics, Comedy Central franchise. Julie Bowen for Cadillac, and then Vanessa Barra, an SNL alum. Might be Twix, I'm not certain, but just to keep your eye out there that other people are in market doing custom marketing with comedic talent. Paramount, it's one of the most recognized brands in movies, and you're going to see us continue to pivot and put an emphasis on creating movies it's for Convergent, it's for linear, and it's also OTT. And this fourth quarter, we've got Dashing in December, our first entree into Hollywood and into holiday movies, and we're really, really excited for this. MTV, the #1 entertainment brand in social, and the reason why we're #1 entertainment brand is number one of all brands is ESPN for sports, but we're right there, and we're the #1 entertainment brand across. And also the VMAs, it was the #1 entertainment event in all of social. So just our equity across the board on all screens is so important. And we have the new season of Jersey Shore. We're going to have more information on that next week. RuPaul, fastest growing franchise on social for us within Viacom. And we do have digital opportunities. And we can always work with our talent to do RuPaul influence-led sponsorships. So you can do great holiday things. We have a movie marathon called Naughty or Nice, and we're talking to talent to do those custom wraps for us. All of our talent is available for that show. New season comes on January 29th. So it's a great lead in, and we might even have some more packages turnkey before the end of the year. And then Nickelodeon as well. Also important, and Millicent will emphasize this as well, these are the big upper tier Convergent opportunities in this quarter, but all of the digital first turnkey opportunities are available in DocSend, equally valuable. That's why I was trying to read these stats to you, just to show what these franchises mean in the digital and social first space. Millicent?
Thanks, Andy. So as Andy had already mentioned, we have that TDS election package, but in addition, for the rest of Q4, we also have Comedy Central's Holiday Archive, which is just super rich with content that people know and love. So many careers started on Comedy Central. So we have the ability to go into the archive and pull out some of our favorite holiday clips, and we can create a Twitter Amplify package around that where the advertiser has targeted pre-roll to an audience. So that's a great opportunity. And we can have multiple packages if there are multiple sponsors who are interested. We've got a ton of content. We also have some new and exciting content coming out of Viacom Digital Studio for Comedy Central called As Seen on CC. As you can imagine, it's a parody of As Seen on TV. We've had a few of them out already that have done super well on social, and we're going to add another 4 that are all holiday themed. So these are really, really fun. And, because we have some that are already live from last year, it's a really good way to give clients an idea of what we're coming out with, and there's opportunity to sponsor it in social, on YouTube, and then we can create a Twitter Amplify package with that as well. As Andy mentioned, Dashing in December, big convergent opportunity, but we'll definitely have a presence on O&Os on OTT. There are some social sponsorship opportunities to attach to teaser clips that can be fun, and then also some Twitter Amplify opportunities for movie highlights that can come out, and the flight is pretty flexible there. As Annie mentioned, Jersey Shore Family Vacation coming back for Q4, which is very exciting, some new fresh content there. And again, a big convergent push there, but also opportunities to sponsor in social. So whether that's a sponsorship just on the video front and on YouTube, or social sponsorships, we make these great compilation videos that fans look forward to. We have over 10 years of the Jersey Shore crew to go back to. So we can pull up all sorts of footage over the years and throw together some opportunities that can be sponsored, as well as Twitter Amplify with targeted pre-roll. Kid of the Year, the full mini deck is on DocSend. But just a reminder that this is a convergent opportunity still, premiering December 5th, and to please reach out to Brand Partnerships for details there, but really a great opportunity and a first of its kind for us, and opportunities that encompass both Nickelodeon and Time. So we're really excited about that. Okay. I guess that's it. And more opportunities, those turnkey opportunities that Andy had mentioned, are available on DocSend. Please take a look. Any questions you have, we're open, flights are open, elements are open, and we can put together a package that can work for any partner.
Awesome. Okay, thank you, Andy and Millicent. Great overview of the Viacom entertainment opportunities in Q4. And now we'll go into the CBSI opportunities.
Hi guys, so there is a lot of sponsorship opportunity with CBS Entertainment Digital in Q4. Drew, Chelsea, and myself will take you through. First, a couple of things to keep in mind. In the 2019 to 2020 season, CBS Network finished #1 for the 12th consecutive season. And our upcoming primetime lineup includes 1 new comedy, Be Positive, 2 new dramas, The Equalizer and Clarice, and 23 returning series. And the CBS Premieres package is how to involve your clients. So far, we have signed 1 pharma, and we have a lot of open real estate. Next, CBS Holiday Specials, an annual tradition, will be airing throughout late November and December. We've put together a social sponsorship to correlate a very CBS holiday. Additionally, festive holiday moments from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert and The Late Late Show with James Corden will come together in our late night holiday package, which is a social sponsorship opportunity.
All right, and I'll hop in from here back again. And I do love seeing all of this holiday stuff. Jazzed to see more Corden with a Santa hat on. On my side, our CTD holidays concepts are still pretty much fresh out of the oven. But if you're looking to jog your memory, we have a 1 sheet in our Quick Hits submission yesterday that serves as a great teaser for the many properties that CTD has to offer. Our plans and concepts are still very much in play. So if any new questions or thoughts have popped up, my Christmas phone is ready to take your calls. We also wanted to reheat a couple of opportunities for you from the All Access side of the house, with 1 for The Stand and another for an All Access Originals Q4 video sponsorship. For The Stand, we do already have a co-presenting sold, so I just want to let you know, but there is still some availability remaining as it relates to premium video. Wanted to flag, though, that there is some interest as recently as this morning, so this is something that you should definitely reach out to me about sooner rather than later. So ping my line and we can go from there. We also have our Q4 All Access Original sponsorship, which mirrors our sponsorship layout from Q2 and Q3 as well. And for the record, this is for video only and will feature inventory from the quarter's premieres, which includes Star Trek Discovery Season 3, That Animal Rescue Show from Richard Linklater, and of course, The Stand. And it's got a nice shout out on all the titles that I was just discussing, and should be, a great conversation starter around the growth that we'll continue to see. And the package will begin at $250K. For this slide on The Stand, it's got a small teaser around the show itself and a basic framework that we have for our all access co-presenting sponsorships with video, social, and display aspects as well. And for both you and your clients' reference, we have our December 17th premiere date outlined as well. So make sure you mark your calendars and get as stoked as I am for it. And lastly, we have our one sheet leave behind as a callback from our CTD Holidays deck, which would serve as a great summary of the wide variety of options that our CTD properties have to offer. As you'll remember from my talk, our packages have a variety of price points to cater to your potential budget. So take a look and let me know if you have any questions. Here for you over Slack and Zoom. So hit me up. Until then, though, stay jolly, stay merry, and I'll pass back to Haley and Chelsea.
So CBS Premieres, this is a mass reach turnkey way for your clients to be part of the launch of the new CBS TV season across digital and social platforms. One key thing to know is that the success of CBS's top-rated lineup carries over across platforms. For example, Young Sheldon is the #1 comedy on network television. It's also the #1 returning comedy across CBS digital platforms for VOD, full episode streams, and social. We currently expect an announcement on premiere air dates hopefully next week, fingers crossed, with another to follow the following week. We know that's the top question on everyone's mind. When are the shows premiering? We promise that we will message that broadly as soon as it's all confirmed. Our package for CBS Premieres includes premium positioning in season premiere episodes, a social campaign, which can be contextually tailored to an advertiser's goals and message, along with an ET Live Fall TV themed segment. Packages are at the $250K to $350K level. Let us know if there's a different budget to react to. We don't want to turn away any business. Next, we have a very CBS holiday. As part of an annual tradition that audiences have come to love, CBS will be featuring holiday specials throughout the season. The complete list of holiday specials is getting solidified, but it's expected to include animation specials like Frosty Returns, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, potentially an I Love Lucy special, and a music special. This feel-good social opportunity affords an advertiser the ability to stay top of mind during holidays. This is priced at $175K, but it's scalable to fit a client's needs. Let us know if you have any questions. Chelsea.
Thank you, Haley. So again, wanted to highlight the late night holiday programming social package, which gives advertisers the opportunity to align with the most festive highlights and moments that's coming from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert and The Late Late Show with James Corden. And just want to make note, this can be either current and or library content. The flavor of this opportunity is set for November to December, and it's priced at $200K, but we can be flexible on both of these fronts. So if you have clients that are looking for a super turnkey way to capture the attention of consumers on social, this is definitely the perfect opportunity. One additional thing that we wanted to call out is that we have the ability to create bespoke social solutions. For example, swipe up functionality as a call to action. So this could be a good talking point whenever you're pitching this. And I think that's it. As always, just please reach out to us if you're interested in any of these opportunities. You can reach out to me, Haley, or Drew, and we'll be happy to work with you.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Entertainment Site Strategy team. Great rundown of the CBSI entertainment opportunities. So we covered news, CMG, sports, and entertainment, and now we'll go into ad innovation. So Erin, over to you.
Thanks, Natalie. All right, everybody. First up under innovation, we have second screen shopping. So as I'm sure a lot of us have seen in the market, I think most recently I saw an article yesterday on Digiday about this, but this holiday season is expected to be earlier and more e-commerce focused than ever before due to lockdowns. So we wanted to create something super turnkey that's perfect for driving those Q4 sales while also accommodating clients who maybe didn't plan ahead and are looking for a really quick turn. So with second screen shopping, we can burn a QR code into a client's 15 or 30 second ad creative which makes their video interactive and actionable. This can be turned around in as little as 1 week. So I think to highlight, the thing to highlight here and remember is turnkey. And next I'll kick it to Karan.
Thanks, Erin. So for conversational AI, aka chatbots, having executed these in the past across the Viacom side of the house, we're super excited to bring these over to the CBS org. So for conversational AI, the key to remember here when you go out to advertisers with this product opportunity is that this helps you drive brand interactivity through one-on-one authentic experiences on messaging platforms. And the other key thing to note, and we're going to go into the specific opportunities we have fleshed out for Q4 in the sports and CNET groups, but also note that 4 to 6 weeks production time is sort of the time frame to note when going out to pitch this. And also keep in mind that there might be a week or two more needed when it comes to getting approvals or any sort of client conversations. So we're going to go more into opportunities in the slides coming up, but hand it over to Haley now to talk about Skybox.
Oh, thanks. So lastly, we have a new custom add to calendar Skybox format that allows users to add scheduled calendar events to their personal calendars. So their Apple, Google, or Yahoo calendars, or create a custom calendar invite for themselves. And it allows them to add it to their calendars directly within the Skybox unit. So we'll cover more of that in a sec.
Great, thanks Haley. So to dive deeper into second screen shopping, this kind of falls into the custom turnkey realm. But again, it's a way to drive sales from video on CTV where there otherwise wouldn't be an opportunity to click out to the client's site. So users can scan a QR code on their TV directly with their built-in smartphone camera. There's no need for like a special app like there used to be back in 2015. And then they're taken directly to the product page to actually make the purchase on the client site. But again, we can burn in the QR code directly into the client's video creative with a 1 week turnaround. So this is a perfect solution for last minute Q4 flights. Anyone that has a sales KPI, we should be leaning into this. Great, off to you, Karan.
Thank you. So for conversational AI, we first have this general positioning slide that you can take out to advertisers to really define what is this technology, and also just to hone in on the value proposition when we talk about this product. So essentially to engage fans one-on-one on the platforms they're already on, to meet sponsors' call for innovation in this environment that's totally brand safe, and also just to capitalize on the growing messaging behavior that today's audiences are all about. And we also, another great thing about this slide is that we have these stats that are actually from prior executions that we've rolled out with sponsors. So this is something that you can put into your decks and go out to advertisers with. And then to go into the specific opportunities that we have for Q4, start off with this sports pick'em idea that actually lives on Facebook Messenger. So essentially you can drive fans to interact in this messaging environment and pick their favorites for any upcoming games that are coming on. In this mock that you see here, we specifically have focused on football given the timing of Q4 and the season happening. But this is something that is very customizable when it comes to sponsor integrations. There's multiple touch points to integrate your clients within the messaging itself. And also we have a great media opportunity for clients to be integrated into the social promotional posts where they get the attribution of being tagged. And then they can drive fans directly into the actual messaging DM area. And similarly, going to the next one, we have this party planning that can really be tied to any sports game, match, etc., where essentially while you're watching the game, leading up to the game, they can make their own party planning ideas, whether that is recipes, branded invitations, or just getting their RSVP list together. So this is also a great opportunity for fans and for sponsors to be engaged one-on-one with fans in this texting environment. And the last opportunity here is for CNET, Holiday Gift Guide, taking what is already happening on the site level and putting this in this one-on-one interaction where fans can message the bot and actually get curated advice or items in relation to whatever sort of whatever person they're trying to gift to. And again, a lot of opportunities here for sponsor integrations. And we have the similar opportunities when it comes to attaching media to it, whether that's social, and also display, like driving to the messaging experience from a Skybox unit. And over to Haley for Skybox.
All right, so this new Add to Calendar Skybox actually ties in very nicely to our Innovation and Partnerships Q3 Trends presentation on virtual events that we presented a couple of weeks ago. And it allows brands to use that interactivity of the Skybox unit and align with any type of upcoming event, whether it's a virtual event that your brand is hosting or sponsoring, an in-person event once they start to ramp up again, or even a nationwide tentpole event. So users can click an Add to Calendar icon that we can put within the unit and have the ability to actually add the scheduled event to their calendar via Google, Yahoo, Apple Calendars, or a custom calendar invite, as I mentioned, and do that directly within the custom Skybox through a pop-up window. So this mock specifically, it's promoting a virtual meet and greet event, and it also incorporates a countdown clock within it, in addition to the Add to Calendar features. So we can mix and match, and these two we've kind of pinpointed as a very good combination to include within the Skybox unit. So the Add to Calendar feature is a really seamless user experience for the consumer that really helps to drive overall brand awareness, virtual tune-in, and even eventually in-person attendance. So for this unit, we are following our pricing and lead time standards for our custom Skybox format. So we have a 50K minimum spend for the overall campaign and a 10 to 15 day lead time. So just reach out to me if you have any questions here, and I'll pass it back to Natalie. Thanks.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Erin, Karan, and Haley for these innovation updates. Okay, so that's it for the opportunities and products. Just a note for this week, we have some great virtual sessions happening. On the left here, Brand Innovators is happening. It started today, and we're also, ViacomCBS is sponsoring tomorrow and Thursday as well. Tomorrow on the 7th, Jeremy Siegel from the marketing side, he'll be moderating the entire program tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. It ends, I believe, at 4:30 p.m. And then Brendan Murnane and Mark D will be speaking about OTT and Paramount Plus. So don't miss that at 1:15. We're going to be sending a communication later today with those links to RSVP and watch on YouTube. And then on the right here, also tomorrow on the 7th is an advertising week session with David Lewenda from our digital sales org. He will be speaking with David Campanelli from Horizon at 11:20 a.m. Eastern. So don't miss that either. And again, we'll send out those links shortly later today. All right, thank you everyone for joining. If you have any questions, please reach out to the presenters today or anyone on the integrated marketing side. And that's it. So thank you again, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye everyone.